What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And we have some breaking news regarding President Donald Trump. And we also have some positive, optimistic news regarding the second stimulus check. But first, if you can, give this video a thumbs up or a like down below. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos regarding the second stimulus check and other related news. Also, I'm filming this before the sun is up, so let me know what you think of the room. I changed up my studio lighting here to kind of make it look more of a ominous look. And with that being said, President Donald Trump was rushed to the hospital being diagnosed with the virus yesterday. The president was flown to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, where officials said he would stay for several days. Aide said Mr. Trump was experiencing coughing, congestion, and fever, and symptoms that worsened throughout the day. Also, White House officials had serious concerns that President Donald Trump was, quote, struggling to breathe with symptoms in the hospital, and his aides were seriously concerned for him, but the president says that he's doing well. CNN reported that after Trump's hospitalization, that White House officials have serious concerns about President Trump's condition tonight. The sources said that Trump's symptoms are worse than those of the First Lady at this point. One advisor said about Trump that this is serious and that Trump is reported to be very tired, very fatigued, and having some trouble breathing. A White House official said that Trump is fatigued, but he's not deteriorating yet. The official said that the public shouldn't be worried and that Trump is taking this very seriously. Earlier on Friday, Trump was seen giving a thumbs up, just like you did on this video, right? As he walked across the White House lawn to the presidential helicopter Marine One for the first time since he confirmed that he had the deadly virus. Shortly after he transported to the military hospital in Maryland, President Trump tweeted out a video of himself thanking everybody for the tremendous support.
I want to thank everybody for the tremendous support. I'm going to Walter Reed Hospital. I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out. The First Lady is doing very well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will never forget it. Thank you.
So it looks like this is a lot more serious than a lot of people thought at first. The president is expected to spend several days at the hospital, although he says he will be working from the hospital day and night. I personally wish him well and think he should get some rest. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. There's talk that the president's diagnosis could raise the odds of more stimulus. Analysts and congressmen are saying that this provides more urgency for stimulus and that this is a very serious thing. And this actually hits home for a lot more congressmen and congresswomen more than they had thought previously, now that the president actually has it. And there's rumors that several people around him may also be exposed to the virus also, with several different people having to be quarantined. Nancy Pelosi has strangely been more optimistic than I remember her being in a long time. She's often held a strong, heels in the sand approach that basically it's my way or nothing. And she seems to have changed her opinion on the stimulus over the last 48 hours. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House and the leader of the Democrats, says this kind of changes the dynamic, speaking about the president's diagnosis of the virus, because here they see the reality of what we have been saying all along. This is a vicious virus. She later urged airlines to delay furloughing tens of thousands of employees, vowing that the House would soon pass relief for those workers either as a standalone legislation or part of a broader package. A standalone bill was proposed yesterday and was blocked by the Republicans. The bill was proposed by the Democrats, and it will not be going any further, at least at this point. This is bad news for anybody who's an airline employee and is potentially losing their jobs, but for everybody else, it's actually good news because that means that to pass stimulus for the airlines, they need to pass it in a larger package, which will most likely include stimulus checks, the unemployment extension, and the PPP program, money for small businesses and small business owners. And also in that bill is mortgage and rental assistance. That is the bill that was just passed by the US House of Representatives, that basically the Democrats passed that bill. That bill will be going to the Senate now, but likely will not get approval because no Republicans voted on that bill in the House. So they're going to need to have to change that bill or maybe possibly vote on the Republican bill going forward to get some Republican approval. They have to get some approval on one or the other side. The Democrats' bill is $2.2 trillion. The Republicans also unveiled a new bill about 24 to 48 hours ago that is $1.6 trillion and also includes $1,200 stimulus checks, $500 stimulus checks for all dependents, and money for unemployment at $400 per week. That is also retroactive. The bill by the Democrats is retroactive too, but the unemployment is $600 per week, and the Republicans is retroactive at $400 per week until January. Honestly, either bill is good. They both have unemployment, although the Democrats is 600 a week instead of 400. They both have the exact same stimulus checks, which is $1,200 and $500 for dependents. They both have mortgage and rental assistance. We don't really have the details on that yet, but that would possibly provide you an additional stimulus check to pay for your mortgage or for your rent. So at this point, we really want to just get either of them passed. Either the Democrat or the Republican bill, they're both good. They both would put more money in your pockets. Nancy Pelosi, the leader of the Democrats, seems very optimistic, saying that a relief deal for a new stimulus package, saying that she anticipates reaching a deal over the next stimulus package with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said on Friday that she anticipates striking a bipartisan economic relief deal or a stimulus package with the Trump administration, suggesting that the president's virus diagnosis could actually speed up an agreement. And she called on airlines to hold off on imminent furloughs pending a deal. Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin spoke for an additional 65 minutes yesterday. This is very good news because the last time the Democrats passed a bill and the Republicans basically said no to it, they weren't speaking right after. Nancy Pelosi basically held her ground, or the Democrats held their ground for weeks and basically said, "This is our deal. This is it. Take it." Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats weren't negotiating right after the deal or after the proposed deal that was passed in the House. But remember, they need the Republican support, so they can't pass it without the Republican support. So basically, this bill they passed in the House is pretty much dead on arrival until they get Republican support. Last time around, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats weren't negotiating literally the day after they passed the deal in the House. They were just like, hey, we passed it. You got to pass it too. And they just held that stance for weeks. It's much different this time around. Nancy Pelosi is actually publicly speaking out saying that she sees a deal coming through the negotiations and she sees it coming very soon. This is completely different than she has done in the past. I can't even remember Nancy Pelosi being this optimistic of a deal in like forever. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But Nancy Pelosi can literally just make a deal. I mean, she's basically the entire Democratic team at this point. Joe Biden, who's running for president with the Democrats, has no partake in these stimulus negotiations, deals, nothing. He's literally not involved. It's basically just Nancy Pelosi. She's the entire Democratic team right now. Okay, so if she says that they want to make a deal and that they're close, all she literally has to do is say, okay. I mean, they could literally, they negotiated for 65 minutes yesterday and 90 minutes the day before. They can negotiate tomorrow and she could literally just say, all right, cool, let's do it. That's the deal. We've done it. We've bridged the gap. So one person can literally decide this. This could be decided today. So, and she says that she expects a deal to be made, a bipartisan deal, which means Democratic and Republican support. It'll be interesting to see what happens because of President Donald Trump getting the virus. If we start to see more stimulus talks, if we start to see more mask mandates or quarantines come back up, and basically if the seriousness of all this pretty much just jumps up a couple levels. There's been several states and cities with a lot of areas basically saying that they no longer want mask mandates, such as in Mississippi and parts of Arizona, including Scottsdale, that rescinded their mask mandates as early as a few days ago. And now, with the president coming down with it, it'll be interesting to see if we start to ramp up mandates for masks and possible quarantines again. We are seeing a bump in new cases with 44,000 new cases just a day or two ago, and a high of almost 50,000 cases per day last week. So we're still seeing over 40,000 new cases of the virus every single day. The worldwide cases are actually growing larger and larger every single day, now with over 300,000 new cases every single day across the world. We have almost 35 million cases across the entire world and over 1 million deaths at this point. The US has over 7 million cases, but 35 million worldwide. And you can see this graph here, how we're basically just increasing every single day with no signs of coming down now as it's starting to spread via more people across the entire world. There's been several places across the world, including the UK, that now requires a 14-day quarantine if you travel to their country. And we're also seeing complete second shutdowns in some countries in Europe. Man, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, because at this point, the more people that get it, the more they spread it to. And I just don't know what's going to stop this from going away unless everybody gets it or the vaccine actually comes out and actually works and everybody actually takes it, which is kind of a lot of an undertaking. You guys can let me know what you think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below if you haven't yet, so you don't miss out on new updates as they come out. We typically have videos going live at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will let you guys know when the new information comes out. Click the bell icon next to the subscribe button and click the bell, and then click all notifications if you want to be notified when we go live with new videos. You can click on this video to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video.